Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Today's Thursday, the 30th of April. And I'm waiting for an Uber to pick me up because I'm going to breakfast with my friend Roya. I'm getting married tomorrow. And so I thought I'd bring you along for the day before my wedding. Everything I've done. Done my eyebrows yesterday at Benefit in Sedley Place in town. Everything is ready. People keep messaging me being like, are you ready? Are you stressed? And I'm like, no, like everything's done. It's been in the works for so long for John and I that neither of us are surprised or stressed. So yeah, this is the last day. Today I'm going to meet Roya for breakfast at Dishoom. We're actually having our wedding lunch at Dishoom tomorrow in King's Cross. So I keep looking around because I'm trying to keep an eye out for my Uber. And then I've got yoga at 12. One of my friends has flown in from New York. I'm going to try and see her today. I've got to go and pick up my bouquet from my best friend's work, and I may or may not go to a sample sale because that's the type of, person I am. I just like to book weird things for myself. Where is this Uber? He was supposed to be a minute away 5 minutes ago. Anyway, I'll show you what we end up having for breakfast and what happens throughout the day. All right, breakfast was wonderful. I had the sausage and egg naan. Roya had the same. I had a coffee, I had a ginger shot because I'm actually feeling a bit poorly. And we also shared some pancakes, like a kid's serving of the pancakes, which came with like cream and fruit, which was delicious. So now I'm just walking to my yoga class, my last yoga class as a Ms. or a Miss. It's with Letty, my favourite teacher in the world, my home girl. So it'd be nice to see her and get one last squeeze in before the wedding. Okay, yoga done. That was wonderful. Can't lie though, muscle memory definitely got me through that. I was on fire until about 30 minutes in, and then your girl started to struggle, but I did a really good job, and I love Letty so much, more than life, so it was always wonderful to do yoga with her. Right now I'm in Bermondsey, or Surrey Quays, currently walking to Bermondsey. I've got to go to my best friend's job to get my bouquet. It's a really nice day. I don't actually need all these clothes, but yesterday I was freezing and it was so windy. I was so cold that I was convinced that I wasn't feeling well and was worried that I was getting sick. I do also have a persistent headache. I've drunk all the fluids. I've had water, coffee, ginger shot, more water, Coke. Couldn't be more hydrated right now. So let's see. Roya, by the way, asked me where I got my facial because she said my skin is glowing and like I look really sculpted. I have lost a smidge of weight. I'm back to my normal weight. She got a little thick in COVID. And it took me a couple of years. It was only a few pounds, but it made a difference and I felt it on my face. So I've lost a tiny bit of weight, but I do have a PMD face wash thing. What did I just step in? Nothing. I do have a PMD face wash thing, and I've been using that the last few days to like cleanse my face because my skin's turned a bit dry, and I think it's because I'm not using a rich face moisturizer in with my skincare. So yeah, I'm by the afternoon time I'm starting to feel a bit dry, but my skin actually still feels good today. So yeah, I've been using like an oil balm cleanser. I actually need to get some more Glossier Milky Jelly because that is just the one for me. Like, it's one of the best cleansers out there. My skin really loves it. I can use it when I'm dry and it doesn't strip my face. The combination of a switch up has affected my skin more than I thought. Anyway, boring. Right now I'm just on my way to Kelly's work, and then I'm going to meet up with John. John got off work early, so he's got to go to the pharmacy because he finally just got an ADHD diagnosis last night, and he's been prescribed medication. I can't tell you how amazing this is going to be because he's been struggling really badly for the past couple of years, I think, and the last 6 months have been really difficult. So this should really help, and it was perfect timing. Also, one last thing, I just realised that I did yoga that started exactly 24 hours before the time that I'm going to get married, and my yoga session was bliss, and it felt amazing. And in Shavasana, I very nearly fell asleep. So, yeah, I think it's serendipitous. Anyway, I'm going to put my phone away because I'm on a busy street now, and look at the map, make sure I'm going in the right place. I'll show you the bouquet. I'm obsessed.
Oh, at least entrance there. So I don't know how many hands you had.
Okay, I'm back home. Back home, and I'm vlogging from my phone, guys, so it feels a bit different than normal. So this is my bouquet. I went to H&M and I just bought this chrome vase in the bottom. This has got fingerprints all over. I literally just put Willy the skin food all over my hands. And then inside I'm just gonna put some water. My house is a mess. I need to clean because I've got people coming tomorrow morning at 11 to have champagne with us. So that's my bouquet. That has to sit in the shade somewhere. So let me rest it over here. So pretty. And then there was some extra stems, and Kelly has given them to me. So although I won't be here this weekend to enjoy them, I got this chrome vase as well. Again, covered in fingerprints, but I'm honestly not fussed. I put this in the bedroom, I think. No, I don't know. These are so long. I need to cut these down a bit. Hold up. Pretty. I just like to leave them a little while. These could even be a bit shorter, but yeah. This is my, these are chocolate lilies, and these are obviously deep red roses. What do I also have in here? Oh, I've got an extra lily and an extra pretty rose, and they can be like pinned on. So she said to keep them like this in the fridge, and they should be fine. The bottoms are all taped up as well, so it'll be nice and juicy. And then lastly, she gave us a card and a gift. Oh, very cute card. And what's this gift? I'm excited to see. It's very heavy. Oh, she got us some cute mugs because we like coffee. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. mugs. Very sweet and thoughtful. Maybe I'll pack these so we can take pictures with them at the weekend. That will be cute. Or we can have our coffee in them in the morning. Very, very sweet. Thanks, Loobadoobs. Right. It's 20 to 4. John's just showering. He got home early from work. So we're going to go to the pub. It's a nice day. I want to sit outside. I want to be outside. Just, you know, do chill things. Decompress. If I'm home, I'm going to start tidying, which I do need to do. I'm waiting on Amazon deliveries as well. My nail polish is on the way. I ate breakfast at like 10 and haven't eaten since, and I thought I'd be okay, but I'm actually quite peckish, so maybe we'll get some food on my out as well. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna put something on the bottom. I'm actually gonna film what's going in my wedding bag while he's in the shower. All right, gang, we're back home. John and I just went to the tap room in Hackney Wick to have a little pre-wedding drink, just us, calm, chill. I had a couple of roses, so if my eyes look heavy, that's why. Also, I'm not breaking out, but I've got like some old scarring from where I had broken out before. Also, always get a few little pimples when I do my brows, but I'm okay. It is what it is at this point. I'm gonna tidy up. I need to tidy up all this whole place because people are coming tomorrow at 11. Like, our family's coming at 11 tomorrow to toast with us before we go to the town hall. I don't own proper glassware because it all just breaks. So I refuse to just keep buying wine glasses and they all break. They really don't last in our house. So I got these really cool like champagne glasses. They're like flutes without the stem. I got these off Amazon. I will link them down below. They're super cheap and affordable. And this I can reuse over and over again, but glass, I would love to be able to keep it. Maybe when I have a house and a cabinet to keep them in so that they don't get knocked around and break all the time. So this evening, I'm just gonna spend some time tidying up. I just got a text saying that Amazon are on the way. They're delivering my nail polish, so I'll need to do that tonight as well. But yeah, guys, we're ready to go. So the next time I see you, I will be a wife. But what I'm gonna do is upload some content from before today so that you'll have like a few vlogs for the coming weeks, and then we'll link back to real time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love. And I'm really excited for this next chapter in our lives. John and I have been together 13 years. So, you know, for us, it feels like not that big of a deal, but for our community, it's like a very big deal. So yeah, we're really excited. And I will check in with you guys next time. Bye. Hi friends. Yes, we're getting married very soon. And I have already packed my bags because I'm just organized like that. I have 2 bags. This is like my actual bag that I'm gonna wear with my outfit. It's from Accessorize. This is the front. So it's got pearls all over. In this bag, I have my Miu Miu Sunnies. You guys know me, I always wear sunglasses. I'm also probably gonna get emotional. I might not, but I might surprise myself and be really emotional. Really like the detail of these. They'll go with the outfit really nicely. A mirror from Merit, and I really like that it's got gold detail. My ring is gold. There's gold. Is there gold in my jewelry for the day? Well, I'm wearing my everyday jewelry, so there will be gold for my jewelry. But I really like this like brushed metal effect. It's very chic. I would love to use my Anna Sue mirror, but it's a bit big, so I'm gonna use this. I have 2 Nurofen because I'm very prone to headaches, especially when I'm stressed or very, very tired. So I've got 2 of these in here for an emergency. And then some lip items. I'm gonna line my lips with the Blur Liner Crayon from Refi in the shade Umber. It's this really nice like deep brown. Then I'm gonna use Signature Lip Blush in the shade Archival from Merit. It's just so cool, man. I love this color. And I love the texture of this. It's like a soft matte. It's not super opaque, it's like sheer. And then, in case I need a little hydration, I've got the lip oil from Say in the shade Dip. The first product I ever loved from Say, actually. But if I feel a little bit dry, I can use this. So this is going in this bag that is going to be with me all day. Speaking of Say, I'm packing this bag. This, I'm going to give it to my sister-in-law, I think, or my mum. Someone has to be responsible for this. This has a few more important things in it, like tissues, because I will probably cry. I've put a Say City set in here. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I put it in here. Tomorrow's gonna be 24 degrees, unseasonably warm for the beginning of May. I'm so thankful, But yeah, just in case I get a bit warm or my makeup needs to be reset, I've got this. I've got the Kabuki brush from By Terry. In case I need to reset my makeup, I've also got a tiny, tiny size of the loose powder from By Terry. So I can just dust a little more on and then spritz over top with the setting mist. I've got a power bank, my phone, someone else's phone, John's phone. Let me check it's fully charged actually. Yep, it's fully juiced, she's good to go. Eye drops. I don't wear contacts often. The contacts that I have are out of date, but I'm wearing them. There's nothing I can do about it now. My eyes are really dry, so I'm gonna need these. Chewing gum. I'm obsessed. I have my card holder in here. I will have my phone to pay, but just in case for some reason I need it, I've got it. Some edge control. For myself, but also for my stepson, who has very, very long hair. It's very thick and it kind of has a mind of its own. So when he gets here, I'm going to tame his edges and braid his ponytail with this. Speaking of braiding his ponytail, I've got some elastics in here for him. If you didn't know, I am on a dental implant journey. I've been on a dental implant journey for probably about 15 years. I don't know if I'm going to do my temporaries tomorrow, but if I choose to, I've got this. Some Weleda skin food, because I will have my legs out. My feet have been in shoes and socks all winter and they're kind of dry. I'm going to go over them with the foot file, but just in case, I'm going to keep a mini gift size Weleda skin food. And I'm not going to show you yet, but this is my wedding band. It's going to go in this bag too. That is everything that I will be taking with me on my wedding day. Hey friends. All right, this is the last installment of the wedding content, I promise. I'm going to use the Bone Bone Milk from Violette. I love the mist on this, it's perfect. To prime the skin, I'm going to use the Blur and Hydrate Face Primer from Refined. And Grace told me that you apply here, bring up to the temple, and come down the neck. Let me rewind back to the beginning. We've been together for 13 years. For us, I think we were like, if and when we can afford to do it, we would do it. And then it got to a point where I was like, actually, this is something I would really like to do. What's stopping us? It was budget. So I looked at the type of wedding I wanted, which was absolutely a town hall registry. I didn't want anything religious. Neither of us are religious. Then we had to think about the number of people that we wanted, which also was a factor in that price. I am an only child, but I have a huge extended family that I'm very close to. John has a slightly bigger immediate family, but overall his family is like smaller than mine. I'm very close to my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, their children. Like, my family is huge. So I was like, how can I do this in a way that is affordable for us? And the only way that we could do it was to have the smallest size wedding possible. So we did that. We chose for the smallest location in the town hall, which actually felt perfect. You know, in my dream I would have eloped, but I know that that's would have bummed my parents out because it's just me. There's no one else to kind of give them a wedding. So yeah, we decided on Hackney Town Hall. We live in the neighbourhood and it couldn't have been a better choice for us. That was the milk skin tint, by the way, which I bloody love. This is the by Terry concealer in the shade 11 Deep Tan. In terms of reception, I don't have siblings, but I did want to include my best friends in the day. So we decided to host a lunch at a place where everybody could eat something. So like all dietary requirements were met, that felt like us, something that we enjoyed, and we chose Dishoom. Turns out that my homegirl Roya is actually working for them right now. And so it made it even more serendipitous. It was perfect. Between the wedding ceremony and the lunch, we had some pictures with my homegirl Nick Ford. I love her vibe. The pictures are always immaculate and her wedding photography is amazing. This is the Say translucent powder. I've just focused it under my under eye, on my eyelids. I'm gonna take the Say Super Suede powder bronzer in the shade Bari with the Say fluffy brush. I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like. I knew exactly the vibe I wanted. And when I met with Nick, we also spoke about like where we would take pictures. We went to Violet on Wilton Way, which is a really cute coffee shop in the neighborhood. I love the aesthetic of it, obviously, but the cakes are also really beautiful and they look really, really pretty. And I just thought it would be a cute moment for us to go and get a sweet treat in between all of the chaos. We found this really cool car, like a vintage car. Nick was like, this is so you. We had cake and then we potted back to the town hall and we got picked up in a black cab, which I booked on Free Now. I wanted a black cab because I'm from London. I'm born and raised in West London. I live in East London. And then we went over to Dishoom at King's Cross and they were perfect. It was perfect. Everything was wonderful. That is the base done, by the way, nice and bronzed. In terms of other details, we made a joint decision to get married, but John still wanted to propose. So after we just made the decision, I went online, found my rings, we went to try them on and like get them sized and check out the price, and then I waited patiently, basically. Neither of us are particularly traditional, but it's very nice that he did that, and he proposed on a beach in Anguilla where we were there at Christmas. I'm gonna take this shade from the Huda Beauty Nude Medium Obsessions eyeshadow palette. Anguilla is a very special place to me, but also it's become a special place for him. He loves it there. He fits right in. The beach that he proposed on is a beach that we always go to, and it's like our beach. We make a joke that it's our beach because it's always quiet. This is the Pillow Talk Eyes to Mesmerize Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. He told me that he had it in his bum bag, his fanny pack, the entire time we were traveling around, and I had no idea. Like, we don't go in each other's stuff. We don't look in each other's phones. I don't know his password. He doesn't know my password. So I had no idea that he had this ring with him the entire time. And I know he felt a little bit nervous about losing it or dropping it or me seeing it before he was ready to propose, you know? I wanted to tell my parents sooner than later. So we actually told them maybe like 2 months after we decided. We told John's family a bit later. We told them when we went out for his mum's birthday in November, but he had already told his son, and we told him to keep it secret. So for some people it seems like it was very fast and like a surprise, but for us, we'd had it planned the whole time. I love this eyeshadow so much. This is one of the Charlotte Tilbury Hypnotizing Pop Shots in the shade Lover's Diamond. It's just like really pretty, like a burnt red shimmer, and I actually think it's like a really nice version of Pillow Talk for deeper skin. I had my friend Marina do the invites and they were amazing. She's a tattooer at Frith Street. Go get tattooed by her. I tried to involve like things and people that we loved as much as possible. Hi friends, editing Tanisha here. I made a gross oversight in forgetting to mention a few of my other besties who were involved in the wedding day. So my very best friend in the world, Kelly, she did my bouquet. She's a florist by trade, and I always knew that if I got married, she would be the one to do my flowers. I knew that I wanted dark, moody, red burgundy to go with the shoes and John's socks. So yeah, I chose calla lilies, and she added some really, really pretty roses to the bouquet as well. They turned out stunning. Aisha helped me get dressed. She did my hair. She literally stuffed my bum into my wedding dress. And then my other bestie, Martine, she planned my birthday hen, and I couldn't have asked for a better time. So thank you guys. For mascara, I wore the Beauty Pie, the Perfect Waterproof Mascara, because I wasn't sure if I would get emotional or not. In terms of blush, I used the Merit Blush Balm in the shade Persimmon, one of my favourite blushes of all time. I picked up the habit of just moving away from anything too berry toned because I feel like it ages me. It shows up on my skin really nicely. So I don't feel like I get blush blindness with this. It adds to like the freshness of my skin, and it goes nicely with the eyeshadow as well. But you know, we don't stop there. I went over it with the Say Super Suede blush in the shade Stella, which is this pretty coral shade. I use this to keep the balm in place, but also it does add a nice pop. If I could get married every day, I would. We had the best day. We had so much fun. I love that blush. I love that the Stella Super Suede, like, it has a little sheen to it. And when you use it on its own, you don't see it so much. But when you put it on top of a balm or like a cream, the shimmer like comes through, but it doesn't feel glittery. Next, one of my favorite products from Say. This is the Glowy Super Gel in the shade Rose Glow. And just put it on the high points. And it just adds a bit more dew. Listen, I'm sorry if you like gold highlighters, but I just think they're so 2016. I love like a rose or a nude flesh toned highlighter. For lips, I just wanted something that wouldn't move around too much in the day, but was still comfortable and still pretty. So I went with the Refi Blur Liner Crayon in the shade Umber, just on the outside of my lips. My lipstick was the Signature Lip Blush from Merit in the shade Archival. To set it, I use the City Set from Stay. And there you have it, my wedding makeup. My favourite is the eyes. I think it's the prettiest part. That sums it up for the wedding content. We had a great time. Do what you want to do. Don't be pressured into doing what other people want you to do. I didn't have pressure. I was feeling a bit guilty about having this part of my wedding celebration be very small and tight, but actually everyone understood and was so happy for us anyway. And next year we're hoping to throw a party where we can invite everyone and just let loose and have an amazing time. So yeah, that is the plan. Do it your way the first time. Don't sacrifice, don't, you know, be swayed. Just definitely do it your way. Hi friends. Yes, you'll have seen, you know that we got married a week ago. I wanted to show you what I wore because I really liked my outfit. I thought it was very cute, and that potentially it might inspire some of you future brides out there. Choosing my dress, I went on Pinterest, and one of the first things that I saw was a short dress above the knee. It was like A-line shape and it had a cape attached to it, which I thought was really cool. And while I was pinning, there was some Christopher John Rogers on there, some Cecily Bunsen, Simone Rocha. I was thinking less traditional bridal, more cool bride, fun, playful, something that I can rewear again. An ad came up for this dress. It's from Della Valle. I got it in a size 6. I'm not sure if it's a UK 6 or a US 6. I believe the brand is from Ibiza, but maybe founded by British people. I'm not so sure. And when I was thinking about my own wedding, I was like, what do I want? I want something comfortable that feels like me, that's versatile, I can wear it again. I had to get a 6 to fit the bust. So I knew that I didn't really want to wear like a bra underneath or anything really structured. It doesn't have any boning. It does have these nice seams down the front. And it's nipped in at the waist, so it does give support, but I needed to get the 6 in order to fit the top. And then it has this cute like balloon detail at the side. I'm 5'6" for reference, and it hits like a fair bit above my knee. And when I tried it on in the shop, my mum was like, it's short, and I was like, yeah. But in the end, I was very, very comfortable in this. It zips at the back and there's a little hook at the top. Thankfully, I only managed to get one tiny little stain on there, which I'm sure I can get out easily. And it's just the cutest thing on earth. It's very different to my style, or is it? I feel like when I dress up very feminine, I go this way rather than very sexy. You know, a little cutesy, a bit playful, and I think it contrasts with like my aesthetic generally. So yeah, this is the cutest thing on earth. It's ivory, and I think it was under 300, just under £300. We got it from the boutique in Carnaby Street. It's very cute there. I was there trying it on. There was another girl trying on a wedding dress with her family, and I was there with my mum. The store staff are super accommodating and just all around wonderful. Really wasn't sure what I was going to wear over top, because being that it was on the 1st of May, I was not sure of what the weather would be. And about a week before, we saw it was going to be like 22, 23. It ended up being 24 degrees, which is everything I could have asked for and more. I still wanted to have a layer because I run cold. So I got this from Zara. So the dress is ivory, but this is more of like a true white color. It nips in at the waist, which sits over the dress really nicely. And it's got this like contrast satin lapel. Very chic, very cute. I think this was about £70, £60, £70. Kind of up there for Zara, but I figured like, you know, it's my wedding day, so whatever, like if I can, then I will. And I did. Cute buttons, which made it feel a little more bridal. I don't know. For some reason, this feels really bridal. There is no way that I would wear this for an occasion that wasn't as elevated as like a wedding. You know? But it fit perfectly. It was perfect for the day. It was really nice to wear something like this during the registry. It elevated the experience, or it elevated my experience of being in the room. And it wasn't hyper feminine like a shawl or a bolero, or, you know, the whole outfit, when you look at it together, it's not super feminine, but it kind of is at the same time. Added a bit of structure, made it a bit tough, I think. That's the word I'm looking for. It toughened up the outfit a little bit. So this was a good buy, and this is something that I would also wear again. And for my shoes, I got these really cute slingbacks from Zara, actually in the sale. They were £22. I wanted to wear a pair of Margiela Tabis in this colour, and as soon as I saw them, I knew that that would be my wedding accent colour. My bouquet, John socks were that colour as well. It's got these super cute, really structured bows, and then the heel is a cool shape, and it reminds me of like Tibby and how they do a lot of their heels. Are they comfortable? Yes. Are they comfortable to walk in like for hours while it's hot? No. You know, it's the kind of shoe where you like, if you're in the office or if you're going to an evening event, sure, whack them on. By the end of the day, my feet were on fire, but only because I'm not used to wearing heels, and also like, generally speaking, you know, wearing this kind of material on a very thin flat sole is not that comfortable. But my bag, this you've seen in the what I had in my bridal bag. This is from Accessorize. It's got this super cute detailing on the front, lots of like rhinestones and little beads and these clear sequins as well. It doesn't fit very much, I didn't need very much, but it's definitely something that I could use again for a night out, for an event, I don't know, something cute. Even with this outfit, it kind of goes, right? I think it was about £55 from Accessorize via Marks and Spencer's website. All right, so that was my wedding outfit. Should we do a beauty video, wedding beauty video? Maybe we'll do that next. I'll film it at some point in the next few days. We can recreate the bridal look. And I'll also talk more about how we came to the decisions that we did about our wedding. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.